Hi, it's Jenny DiDonato with MadeFit TV. Are you stuck in a rut? Well, then work with me one-on-one online. Customized nutrition plans and workout programs designed specifically for you and your goals. Go to madefitonline.com for details. Hey guys, in this week's episode of MadeFit TV, I bring you part 2 of the 5-part series of how to find the best goal and achieve the best goal that is for you. And plus, we have the MadeFit TV viewer email of the week that definitely correlates with our subject. All right, MadeFit TV starts right now. Hi, welcome to MadeFit TV. I'm your host, Jennifer DiDonato, and this is episode number 113. So sorry about that, guys. Last week I said it was 113, but it's 113 this week. That was 112. MadeFit TV is everyone's source for health and fitness information and entertainment. And it's where fit bodies don't just happen, guys. They're made, okay? No excuses. You can make it, all right? So welcome to the show. This is part 2 of a 5-part series of how to achieve the right goals for you. And I emphasize the right goals for you because everyone's goals are different. And the reason why I'm breaking it up into 5 is because I don't want to talk your ear off. I want you guys to stick to one at a time, kind of, you know, ingest it, digest it, play around with it, and figure out what I'm talking about so it's not a bunch of stuff all at once. So just real quick though, if you guys ever want to join me live, you could always chat with me. Typically noon on Saturdays, most likely is when we're on all the time. And you can join us on ustream.tv. All right, so let's get into it. The number 2 way of how to achieve the right goals for you is to accept your natural body type. Accept what nature or God or whomever you believe in gave you, okay? Because we all have something different. Now, if you haven't checked, if you haven't caught number 1, go back to episode 112 and check it out and then come back to this. Now, talking about body types, you can kind of recall back on episode number 66, I touched on, you know, what body type you are, how it's working against you. Check it out if you haven't already on madefittv.com. But what you want to understand is everyone has a different body type, different bone structure. And the thing is take a look at your family tree. You know, if your parents are typically shorter, a little bit wider, thicker boned, most likely that's going to be you. And you're never going to look like, you know, Kate Moss. I'm sorry, you know, but we all have to, like I said last week, you all have to do you the best that you can. And so you want to make sure that you're working towards something that is what your body is made to be. Let's touch on the body types. There are 3 main body types. They can all kind of overlap, but I'm just going to recap. Ectomorphs, those are typically the taller, thinner, naturally tinier muscles, tinier bones, the type of people that you just want to smack because they just can eat and eat and eat and they don't even put on a pound or gain muscle. Those are typically the ectomorphs. They're hard gainers. And it's hard for them to gain muscle and hard for them to gain fat, but it doesn't mean they can eat whatever they want. You want to make sure that, you know, you're still eating healthy because as you grow older, no matter what, age will catch up with you and you could definitely lose that body type, of course. Endomorphs, opposite side of the spectrum, they're typically rounder, thicker, slower metabolism. They have a hard time losing fat, but they can gain muscle easily and they can gain fat easily. So endomorphs kind of have a shorter end of the stick. Typically, a lot of them have some like metabolic disorders, things like that. So if you think you're an endomorph and you're trying, you know, watching what you're doing and you just have that slow metabolism, you might want to go to a doctor, see if it's a thyroid issue, but typically that's one body type as well. And then we have the mesomorphs, which are kind of a combination of both. Mesomorphs typically have the broad shoulders, rounder muscles. They gain muscle easily. They do gain fat easily as well. However, they can lose it quicker as opposed to an endomorph. Mesomorphs can gain and lose at ease, and they are stronger and they just excel better at more powerful things, weight training, all that good stuff. So those are the 3 types. Figure it out, figure out what you are. Now, what is related to the body types as well is muscle type. A lot of times we don't think that the type of muscle that we have that we're dominant in can greatly affect our body type. There are mainly 2 types of muscle fiber. Type 1 muscle fiber is more, you want to think of it as dark meat. I know it sounds gross, but type 1 muscle are typically smaller. They're higher in oxygen consumption, higher in blood flow, and type 1 muscle fibers typically you see on the ectomorph body types, marathon runners. Those types of people who have more of that muscle, it has more endurance, that type of muscle. So that's what type 1 muscle is. Type 2 muscle, on the other hand, is more like white meat, okay? And it's higher in glycogen storage. It has lower endurance. You know, it pretty much poops out very quickly. However, it's very powerful, and it's better at quick bursts, powerful bursts, resistance. It can be powerful, yet it can fatigue very quickly. So it has a lower, oxygen consumption. However, higher in the quick acting energy that comes from glycogen. And type 2 muscle fiber breaks down into 2 other ones, but those are, those 2 are the main ones. So that's what I wanted to kind of introduce everyone to, is that your body greatly affects how you respond to things. And we don't want to feel bad about it. Just because you can't be or look like someone else, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It's just everyone is different. So that's my number 2 thing. Accept your natural body type. Figure out what it is. Take a look at your family tree, what your relatives are, how your body reacts to things, and start from there, and start the acceptance, because you got to accept and love yourself for who you are and understand what your strengths and weaknesses are. And in the next few tips that we touch on in the next 3 weeks coming up, we're going to touch on how you can basically capitalize, considering your body, on how you can hit the goals that are best for you and your body type. All right, we are going to go now to the MadeFit viewer email of the week. Okay, this week's email comes from Maria from Mexico, and she writes, I'm a thin person, 5'4", 115 pounds. I started to eat healthier and exercise, and I'm losing weight, and I can see my bones. I want to gain some weight in a healthy way. Please help, because I like the healthy lifestyle, but my friends just don't understand. They say I should eat fast food often, ew, and all that greasy food to look healthy. And they say I should stop exercising. Wow. Please, there are people like me who want to gain some pounds. Don't focus all your attention in those who want to lose pounds. Maria, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. That's something that we do need to touch on. And this really relates to the body types. If you or any of you guys out there are hard gainers, I know some of you are, you're typically probably going to be an ectomorph. What you want to do is, you don't just want to put on muscle or fat just from crap food. You still want to care for your body. You still want to fuel it with nutritious food. So just up your calories a little bit more, up your protein, up your grains, and start strength training a little bit more, and ease on back on the cardio. Cut back on the cardio, because if you're an ectomorph and you're a hard gainer, that means that your body is revving through that food and it's really burning through the fat. So you want to make sure that you are increasing what you're eating with healthy foods, healthy fats, proteins, vegetables, whole grains. Keep away of the junk food, keep away the fast food and the sugars, and start training, challenging yourself a little bit harder. All right, thanks so much for that email. I hope it helps some of you guys out there. And if you want your email read, you can email me at jenny@madefittv.com, or you can email me on the Ask Jenny link on the homepage. Follow me on Facebook. I'm jennydidonato.com. Also, same thing with Twitter. Twitter.com/JennyDiDonato. And I also have a fan page on Facebook. It's MadeFitTV, Jennifer DiDonato _MadeFitTV. So thank you so much for joining me this week, and definitely tune in next week for the number 3 way to find the goal that is right for you. We'll see you next time. Bye.